Okay, today we're going to be discussing this, not that way, this guy right there in this match preview. Manchester City versus Southampton. We're going to Haaland's feeding ground and we are not looking good and I'm a little bit worried. Okay, so we don't really need to talk about City because let's be honest, they're a fucking world-class team filled with world-class players. You got De Bruyne and Haaland just bending over in fucking teams. It's kind of not fair. It's not really fair what's happening at the moment. But, you know, let's just try and not concede 5+. I reckon that's a win. Honestly, I think they should just give Hasenhüttl a 5-year deal if we don't lose by 5 goals. I think that's a great achievement. But in all seriousness, I'd feel very lucky to not lose by 3. I think going there, obviously every team, you know, you're going to get points. I'm not feeling very confident. Probably this is actually the least confident I've ever felt in a game before. Because it's just, the quality is wild. The difference in quality is wild. I think we have, you know, a good centre-back pairing. But they're not going to be able to deal with Kevin De Bruyne and Haaland. And then you've got to think, okay, who else is there? Is there no one else? No, there's about, 9 other players that are just as fucking good. So this is going to be an absolute test of just, can we defend? Can we maybe hit a counter, maybe hit a goal, But it's all going to come down to our mental strength. How much can we endure? How much can we keep focused? How are the confidence levels? Because they're probably quite low. 3 losses in a row. And obviously this guy over here, or that way, he's got 14 and 8. So it's not looking good for us. It's really not. A lot of people are saying, let's play a 5. I think we will, just based off the fact that, they are literally scoring for fun and we just got to hope in hell that we don't concede more than 3. I would prefer to just go out there and try and play. Like, obviously, you're going to try and counter Man City, which, again, is not going to happen for us. I think we need to go first half, actually go at them, press hard, lot of tempo, lot of energy, go hard at them, and then second half, if we have a goal, if it's a draw, if it's whatever it is, unless obviously we're getting, it's like a 2-1, we're like, okay, we still have to be a bit attacking. I think we need to then go a bit more defensive. Because at the end of the day, if we sit behind the ball, they will score. And no doubt they'll score early, and then we're just like, fuck, that's the window, the plan out the window, and then it's going to be 6. It's going to be 7, it's going to be 8. And then it's going to be 3 9-0s under Hasenhüttl. Which would be brilliant. That's amazing. I'm honestly, I don't even want to watch this game. Because I honestly feel I'm going to be up at 5 a.m. going, Jesus Christ, I've just witnessed another spanking for Southampton. To even get a point, we have to play a perfect game. Again, I'm not confident at all. I'm beyond not confident. But again, Hasenhüttl, is he going to stay? Is he going to go? All these reports just went boom, out of fucking thin air. Boom. Sack, he's getting sacked now, he's getting sacked bloody 2 days. Blah, blah. I'll be completely honest. Even if, this game doesn't fucking matter. I'm joking. I'm not joking. If we lose 7-0, who gives a shit? Literally, who cares? This Man City team's fucking disgusting and whatever, right? But at the end of the day, I'm thinking, if we're going to change manager, you have to know who you want and you can get him before you sack the manager. Because if we sack Ralph, and then that guy's like, nah, I'm good. And then maybe we have another guy and they're like, nah. Then what the fuck are we going to get Mark Hughes to steady the ship? Only sack Ralph if, one, it's not going well. Like, we're in relegation before World Cup, not going well. We're not improving. The players aren't performing. We're maybe not scoring goals. We're maybe just conceding a shit ton. Okay, but we cannot sack him because he has steadied the ship well enough with the players we've had. we have to be ready to go, we want this guy and he's going to take us forward. Because if not, then there's no point. There is no point of sacking a man if you do not have a replacement in mind. Because otherwise, it's just going to be a mess. You may go a month without a manager because you're like, okay, we have to pick the right one. And then you've got some Donny, fucking first team coach taking over who's never managed anything. And then it's just falling apart at the seams. So we've got to be careful about that. I know heaps of fans want his head. I personally think a little bit more time, see what he can do. I would say, I think the World Cup starts in like a month, 5 weeks or something. I'd say give him that period. If he shows us he's good enough, sweet. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I think he's good enough. He deserves that. I think he deserves that time with the new players to see what he can do. This game doesn't matter, I'll be honest, because I'd love to see the odds, the betting odds for this, because fuck me, if it's not 100% City to win by 5, I don't know what they're fucking smoking. This cunt, I keep going the wrong way. This cunt right here, motherfucker Pep was like, oh, well, we rested him because Southampton didn't beat us last year. We didn't beat Southampton last year. Why do you have to do that, man? Seriously, just play fucking, I don't know, fucking Foden as a 9. Like, please, just give us something. You could chuck fucking Ruben Diaz up front. You know, you probably still hit 5. There's not much to really discuss for this game. It's going to be Southampton sitting, hope a counter comes along and hope we don't get spanked within the first... basically hope the game isn't over within 10 minutes. That is the hope for us. And to be fair, you can't blame them. You can't blame Ralph for thinking that way. You can't blame the players thinking that way. Because this City team is disgusting. It is fucking disgusting. It's borderline unfair. It's unfair. That's my preview. I mean, there's nothing more to say, really. I'll probably just said the same points about 4 times. So I'm going to be live, unfortunately, for this game. Obviously, I'll be live like 5-10 minutes before the game. If you want to join, hopefully it's not going to be a fuckfest, and not in our favour, of course. Then, join me and say hello, and we can share the pain. We can share the upcoming pain, all the enjoyment. Who knows? Upset on the cards. I'll be there, trotting along. So like, subscribe if you enjoyed this. Obviously, click the notification bell so you know when I'm live. I'm not looking forward to this, but I'll see you there.